That's why there was no YouTube video last week. Okay, so thank God I remember to record it this week. Okay, so this is for regular verb. Now, regular verb, you simply have to add ed. Okay, so for example, work. Work, the past participle of work is work plus ed. Avia, did you say something?
Hacker. Maksudnya?
Okay. Okay, so the past participle of work is work plus ed. It becomes worked. Now, for irregular verb, it has a different spelling. Okay, for example, saw. Okay, the past participle of saw, oh, sorry, it's not saw, it's supposed to be see. Okay, participle. Okay, the past participle of see is seen. Okay, we learned this 2 weeks ago, so I hope you still remember this. Okay, so how do you know the past participle of irregular verbs? You can refer to the back of your module. There is a list of irregular verbs there. Okay, so if the words are not in the list, that means that it is regular verb. If it is a regular verb, you have to add ed. Okay, easy as that. Was that? Let me see. That was Muhammad Hayan. Okay. Okay, 1 second. Okay, so let's continue now. Okay. Okay, so let's look at how you write a present perfect question. Okay, so first you must have has or have. Second, you must have the subject. And third, you must have the past participle. And then whatever you want to add at the back, you can add at the back, okay, to complete the question. But you must have these three things first. You cannot miss them, okay? For example, you can choose has, okay? And remember, when you choose has, you need to use a singular subject. For example, Clarissa. Okay, and then choose a verb, okay? A past participle form of a verb. I'm going to choose, okay, drive and being, drink. Okay, drink. Okay, drink is the verb. Okay, so what is the past participle of drink? It is drank. Okay, so let's put drank here. Okay, and put something to finish the question. Okay, has Clarissa drank orange juice? Okay, or has Clarissa drank some water? Okay, once you have these three things in front, okay, your sentence, you can complete the sentence, you can complete the question in present perfect. Okay, Christian joined the meeting. Okay, so let's look at the answers now. Okay, now for the short answers, it's very simple. Okay, either for the first one, you have to have yes or no. The second, you need to have subject. And the third, you have to have haven't for have not. Haven't is a short form for have not. Or you need to use hasn't which is a short form for has not. Okay, so yes, I have. No, I haven't. Yes, it has. No, it hasn't. Okay, so it's very simple as long as you remember the three things that you need to put in front. Okay, so now before we continue, I want Muhammad Alif. Okay, that should be Daisy 5. Okay, Muhammad Alif, I want you to write one question of present perfect question. Okay, like I did just now. Has Clarissa drank some water? So I'm going to give you 1 minute to give me an example, your own example of the question of the present perfect question. Okay, your 1 minute starts now. Now, beside Muhammad Alif, I also want Clarissa to come up with an example of present perfect question. Okay, so these two. Okay, good. Why the question mark? I don't understand why you put an extra question mark at the bottom. Okay, let's wait for Clarissa. Clarissa, are you ready? Did he attend? Clarissa? Okay, I think Clarissa is missing right now. Okay, so let's look at Alif's example. Okay, so he used did he attend the class yesterday? Okay, so this is wrong, Alif, because you use did. Okay, you're not supposed to use did. You are supposed to use has or have. Okay, so let's make the correction. Has he? Okay, now we are going to change attend into a past participle. Has he attended the class? Okay, now what you wrote here, Alif, is the question for simple past. Okay, did he attend the class yesterday? That is correct for simple past. But today we are learning present perfect. Okay, so for present perfect, we don't use did. We use has and have. And the second thing, we don't have timestamp. Okay, so here you use yesterday. Yesterday is a specific time. For present perfect, we don't have time. Okay, so that's why for the correction, okay, this is the correction. Okay, that's why for the correction, I did not put in yesterday. Okay, so the answer is, so the question is, has he attended the class. Okay? Uh, you just woke up. Oh my God, you woke up at 11? Lazy bird. You are a lazy bird. You're supposed to wake up at 8. That is an early bird. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, PDP, alright. Please, you can be lazy. If not, you have to wake up at 6 to go to school. Okay, so let's look at the first activity, okay? Now, the first activity is very simple, okay? I want you to try to reorder the jumbled words to make questions about Route 66. Then write true short answer. Okay, remember? True short answer. So you must use have. Okay, so let's look at the example. Okay, so the words are jumbled. Okay, Route 66, famous, become, has. Now, the first step is to identify. Identify what? Identify the subject and the verb. Okay, so let's look at the example. What is the subject and what is the verb? Okay, the subject is Route 66. This is the subject. And the verb is become. This is the verb, which is supposed to be in past participle. Remember that. Okay? Now, once you've already identified the subject and the verb, which is supposed to be in past participle, remember back what is the order of the words. Okay, remember? First, you must have has or have. Second, you must have the subject. And third, you must have the verb, which is in past participle. And whatever is left at the back, you can put it at the back. Okay? So you have the subject, you have the verb. So the answer is has Route 66 become famous? Okay? So now let's look at the first question. Okay? So all the old hotels closed have. There's actually supposed to be 4. Okay, so let's look at this one. So obviously so the subject here is old hotels. Subject. And then close is the, I don't want to confuse you, okay? So I will stop using verb and I'm just going to write PP, which is short form for past participle. Okay, so let's look at this. Subject, PP, and then you have. So what if you want to reorder it into the correct order? Obviously, have has to be the first one. And then the subject is the second one. Where is the subject? So this is the subject. And then the last one is the past participle, which is this one. Okay, so rearrange it. Have all the old hotels closed. See? And then you have to give a true short answer. So, yes, it has. Wait. True short answer meaning yes, or true short answer that is true to this question? I think we have to refer to our text, Route 66. Okay, I'm going to go up and refer to the text. Where is that text? Ah, here is the text. Okay, so we have to go back. Oh my gosh, this is annoying. Okay, the weak man. Here, let me. The Wigman Motel in Holbrook, where you can stay at 10, has also been there since 1930s. Okay, so you have to answer based on the text and go back to your exercise and give the correct answer, which is no, it hasn't. Oh, no, no, no. Remember, when you write an answer, you must follow the question. If the question uses have, you must either use have or haven't. But if the question uses has, you have to either use has or hasn't. Okay? Wow. Okay, so we're just going to leave the answer later. Okay, we're just going to concentrate on the question first. Okay, so now I'm going to assign question to students. Okay, so let me see who was. Okay, Olivia, I want you to do number 2. Christian Harold left the meeting. Is that true? Christian left the meeting? Is Christian still here? Okay, never mind. Adi, I want you to do the third question. And Vivian, I want you to do number 4. And Muhammad Hayan, I want you to do number 5. Now, you don't have to read it out loud. Okay, I would prefer you to type in the in-call messages. Okay, so I'll give you 1 minute to do this. Your 1 minute starts now. So Olivia, Adi, Vivian, and Hayan, okay, please write your answer in the in-call messages. And while you do that, I'll be taking the attendance. Hey, I can't find the name. Oh, here it is. Olivia and Masara. I forgot Masara. Okay, so let's see if your friend has already finished. Hey, no messages. Come, somebody. It's very easy. By the way, this is the last week. Okay, Vivian already answered. Very good. Vivian? Okay, yes, you have already answered. By the way, this is our last week of using this module. After this week, there will be another module. Okay, so after the holiday, there will be another module because okay, Adi has already answered because I don't think the school is going to open soon. Yesterday's case was 8,000 plus. Okay, and if the school opens, there is a big chance that only Form 5 and Form 6 will attend face to face school. Okay, so the rest of the other form, you will still continue with PDPR. Okay, so there will probably be a new, okay, Mama Ayan already answered. There will probably be another module. So please be aware of the announcement to pick up the new module. Okay, Olivia, are you done? Do you have some problems? Olivia? Okay, good. Olivia already did it. Okay, so now let's look at everybody's answer. Okay, Olivia, you answered. Has been in has been in a film. It. Okay, now let's look at this. Okay, so this is actually wrong, Olivia, because you put the subject at the back. Okay, the subject is supposed to be the second in order. Okay, so this one is the first, correct. And then it's supposed to be the subject. This is the subject. Okay, so it's supposed to be second. Okay, so this one is number one. This one is supposed to be number two. And then the third one is the past participle. Okay, so this is past participle. Yes, this is correct. This is number three. And then whatever is left is at the back. Okay, so the correct answer should be, has it been in a film? Okay, now I'm not going to put a question mark there because the question mark is already at the end. Okay, now let's look at Adi's answer. What is his answer? Have people sung about it? Have people sung about it? Okay, good. This is correct. Okay. Okay, Muhammad Ibrahim. Okay, let me take his attendance. Okay. Now let's look at Adi's answer. This is correct. Okay, have is supposed to be the first in order. The subject, people, is supposed to be the second. And then the past participle is supposed to be the third in order. And then whatever is left behind, you just put it at the end. Okay, so good. Your answer is correct. Okay, so now let's look at Vivian's answer. Okay, so Vivian's answer is, have they built longer roads? Okay, so this is also correct. Okay, because correct, you must put have or has in front first, and then the subject, they, and then the past participle in the third order, and then whatever is left behind is at the end. Okay, so this is correct. Okay, now let's look at the last one, Muhammad Hayan. Okay, so has, oops, anyone walked along Route 66? Okay, so this one is also correct. Okay, so you have has or have in front, and then the subject second, and then the past participle third, and then whatever is left, you put it at the end. Okay, good. Okay, so this one is also correct. Okay, now let's look very quickly at the answers. Okay, now has it been in a film? Okay, has Route 66 been in a film? Yes, it has. Okay, remember last week I showed to you Cars, the movie Cars. Okay, so we're just going to answer it very quickly. Okay, yes, it have. Oh, wait, remember we have to follow this. Who is this, Josh? Okay, so this is wrong. It's supposed to be yes, it has. Okay, 1 minute. Josh just joined, but I have no idea who is Josh. Josh, can you please write your name in the in-call messages? Because I don't know who you are. I don't have a student named Josh, which is a very nice name. Okay, so let's look at the next question. Have people sung about it? Yes. I forgot what is the name of the singer, Bobby something. Okay, so the answer is yes, it have. Oh, no. It's not supposed to be yes, it have. Yes, they have. Okay, I'm Josh. Do I have a student named Josh? I do not have a student named Josh. Who is this Josh? I have Jessie. I have Joaquin. I have. That's the Joanna. I do not have Josh. Who is this mysterious Josh? Okay, never mind. He left the meeting, I think. Yeah, he did. He left the meeting, so I don't know who is that. Okay, so let's look at number 4. Okay, have they built longer road? Yes, they have. Okay, and the last one. Has anyone walked along Route 66? Yes, someone has. Or yes, they have. But we have to follow has. So yes, someone has. Okay, so oh, it's your friend from Discord. Okay. Wow, you guys use Discord? Isn't that a bit too advanced for you? Okay, so let's look at the next activity. Okay, for the next part, we need to add the word ever somewhere in the present perfect question. But where? Very simple. You put it between the subject and the past participle. Okay, so look here. Okay, put the word ever between the subject and the past participle. So it becomes, have you ever driven? Have you ever drank? Or have Clarissa ever drank orange juice? Okay, very simple. Okay, I'm not going to explain much on this because it's basically the same thing. You just have to put ever inside there. Okay, and for never, you put it you have to replace it. Okay, so for negative answers, replace no, I haven't driven a car to No, I've never driven a car. Okay, so now for the next activity, you will need to write questions using present, perfect, and ever. After that, you need to answer the question. Okay, so now let's look at the example. Travel. Okay, it's given travel across America. Remember, how do you write a question? You must have and has in the beginning. Okay, remember? First thing first, you must have has or have, and then you must have the subject, and then you must have the past participle. Okay, Peter just joined us. PP. I'm just going to call it PP. Okay, so you must have this thing first. Okay, so for the example, it was given travel. Travel, you have to change it into a past participle. What is the past participle of travel? It is traveled. Okay, so that is the past participle. Okay, so now you know you have the past participle. So you only need the subject and you need to have has or have. Okay, so you choose a subject. You can say the cat. You can say the boy. You can say my mom. You can say my sisters. You can say my friends. Okay, choose a subject, and then based on the subject, you have to choose has or have. For example, the cats. Okay, so cats is plural. So for plural, you have to use have. I'll clip Hololive if I want. Huh? What? Who is this? Oh my gosh, your names are so weird. Who is this? I'll clip Hololive if I want. I'll clip Holo. That's not even a proper name. Okay, I'll clip Hololive if I want. Can you please write down your name in the in-call messages? I don't know who you are. Okay. Okay, so now let's look at this one, okay? So, have the cats traveled across America? Okay, remember, you need to have these three things. And then you just okay. And then you change the verb to past participle. Okay? So now let's try and do the first question. See the film Cars. Okay. Oops. Okay, I'm just going to use the short form here. Okay, I'm going to use a different color. Okay, so now, so first we look at the verb. Change it into past participle, which is seen. Okay, so you know, seen. And then you have to choose a subject. I'm just going to choose my mom. Now, my mom is singular. So because it is singular, I have to use has. Okay, so my question will be, has my mom seen the film Cars? Okay, so like that. Okay, we're not going to focus on the answer. We're just going to focus on the question first. I forgot something. You have to put the word ever. Okay, remember, you have to put it between the subject and the past participle. So my question is supposed to be, has my mom ever seen the film Cars? Okay, I forgot to put ever there. Okay, so has my mom ever seen the film Cars? Like that. Okay, so now I'm going to assign the questions to you. I am going to assign the second question to Evia. The third one, Masara. The fourth one, Melvian Juman Anand Jalong. Is this? Hey, I think this is our class. Our class. Pretty sure there is. Yeah, Melvian. Hello, Melvian. You are the lucky number four. Okay, so number four will be Melvian. You entered, you joined us just in time. And number five will be Peter. Okay, so I'm going to give you 1 minute, okay, for everybody to construct the question. Oh, but it's unfair for Melvian. He doesn't know. Okay, so I'm going to change Melvian to Ibrahim. Okay, Muhammad Ibrahim. Okay, so Evia, Masara, Ibrahim, and Peter. Okay, please construct a present perfect question and don't forget to include the word ever. Okay? I did the mistake just now. Please don't repeat my mistake. Okay, I'll give you 1 minute. Your 1 minute starts now. Mm. Okay, so to those who have already finished, you can type your answers in the in-call messages. Okay, so remember to change the verbs in the circle into past participle, and then after that choose your subject, and based on the subject choose either has or have, and don't forget to put ever between the subject and the past participle. Okay, come, somebody. Okay, good. Masara is done. I'll write her answer first. Okay, good. Next one. Somebody? Evia? Ibrahim? Okay, Ibrahim finished. Have you ever eaten fast food? Have you ever eaten fast food? Okay, good. Okay, two more. Evia and Peter. Okay, now in case either one of them doesn't answer, can I have backup? And I want that backup to be. Where's the first? Adi. Have I chose Adi? Okay, Evia already answered. Okay, Peter, I hope you answer as well. Okay, Peter answered. Evia answered. Have you ride my by motorbike? Oh, that's a typo. It's supposed to be a motorbike, not by motorbike. Okay, have you? Oh, she forgot ever. Okay, never mind. We will correct it later. Or do you want to? Uh, can you rewrite your answer and check your past participle for ride? Okay, because the past participle for ride is ridden. So can you correct your answer, Evia? Your past participle is wrong. It's not right. It's supposed to be ridden. Have you ever ride a motorbike? No, the past participle. Change the ride. Oh, Peter has posted his answer. Okay, so I'm going to go to Peter first. Have you ever climbed a mountain? Climbed. And good, Evia. Have you ridden a motorbike? Okay, so yes, correct. Okay, so let's look. Okay, so let's look at Evia's answer first. Have you ridden a motorbike? Okay, so she changed ride to ridden. That is the correct past participle. And then she chose the subject you. And then based on you, she used have. Okay, so this one is correct. Now let's look at Masara's answer. Have you ever stayed in a hotel? This is also correct. Okay, so she changed the stay into the past participle stayed, and then she choose the subject you, and then based on that subject she choose have. Okay, so correct. Have you ever stayed in a hotel? Now next, have you ever eaten fast food? Okay, so this is the correct answer given by Ibrahim. Very good. Okay, so you need to change it to eaten first. Okay, and then after that you need to choose the subject you, and then based on that you use have. Okay, so have you ever eaten fast food? Okay, very good. And Peter's answer, okay, so he changed climb to climb, correct, and then he chose the subject you, and then he used have. Okay, have you ever climbed a mountain? Okay, so correct. Okay, so now let's go to the last activity for today. Okay, so the last activity for today, oh wow, that's blurry. Okay, so we're just going to go paragraph paragraph by paragraph. Okay, so that's slightly better. Okay, so this paragraph, okay, let's look at the instruction first. Where's the instruction? Okay, complete. Okay, complete the project with the present perfect form of the verbs. Okay, so that is the instruction. Okay, so this passage is about a journey through the history of transport. Okay, now let's look at the first one. Oh, the first one. Who was that? Did somebody join or did somebody leave? Oh, Melvin. Okay, so now let's look. The first one, can you see that? That is a question mark. So the first one is a question. Okay, so we're going to do this together. Okay, because we are short on time. Okay, so now if you look at the first one, the first blank is a question. So remember the three things. Okay, remember the three things. Okay, so the subject here is you, and the verb here is think. You need to change the verb into past participle. So the answer will be, have you ever taught? Okay, so that is the answer. Have you ever thought about the transport you use every day? Now, the second one, okay, it's not a question because at the. Wait. Oh, yes, it's still a question. There is a question mark there. Okay, so it is still a question. So you have the subject, and then you need to change the verb into a past participle. People. People is plural. So you need to use have. Okay, so the answer is, have people. What is the past participle of use? It is used. Okay, so the answer is, have people used cars, bikes, and trains for hundreds of years, or are they a modern invention? Okay, so let's look at the next one. Read my project to find out. It's 1783. The Montgolfier brothers. Okay, so now this one, it doesn't have a question mark. So this is not a question. This is an affirmative sentence. And remember, how do you write affirmative sentence? We have to go to over here. Oh wow. Okay, never mind. I'll just summarize to you over here. Okay, now remember, when you want to write an affirmative sentence, you need to have the subject, and then the has or have, and then the past participle. Okay, so the Montgolfier brothers is already the subject. Okay, fly is the verb that you need to change to past participle. So the blank here has to be has or have. Okay, so you look at brothers. Brothers, is it singular or plural? It is plural. So if it's plural, you have to use have. Okay, so the answer here should be, oh, my baby's crying. Have flown. Okay, give me 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, so the answer, the second one is have flown. Okay, so the answer is too small for you to see. So I'm going to write the answer here then. Where should I write the answer? Okay, I'll just write it over here. Okay, this is the answer. So the first one just now is have you ever taught? The second one is have people used? Okay, now the third one, have flown. Okay, now the fourth one. Okay, let's look at the fourth one. Okay, it's 1783. The Montgolfier brothers have flown for the first time in a hot air balloon. It's 1814. George Stephenson's invention is going to change the world. Okay, so it's given here. He invent. Okay, so wait. I see a question mark at the end. So this is a question. So remember the three things that we need if it's a question. Okay, so has he invented? It doesn't fit. Okay, has he invented? Has he invented the car, the bus, or the train? It's 1863. Let me write that down. Yes. It's 1863. London became the first city in the world with an underground railway. Okay, so this is not a question. So London is the subject, and then become is the past participle. So London is singular. So the answer is has become. Okay, because the past participle of become is become. Okay, now let's look at the next one. At the moment, there is only one line. The other lines, okay, so this one is not a question. So you need to have a subject. Okay, lines are the subject. And then start is the past participle that you want to, is the verb that you want to change to past participle. And this is a negative sentence because there is the word not. Okay, so the answer should be, remember lines is positive, lines is plural, so you need to use haven't. Okay, if you're wondering what is haven't is have not. Okay, haven't started. Okay, haven't started running yet. Okay, it's 1870. Lots of people are riding bicycles like this. Cycling, okay, so this is not a question. Never be so difficult. Okay, so cycling is the subject, it is the name of an activity. Okay, and then you have be. Be is the verb that you need to change to past participle. What is the past participle of be? It is been. Okay, so the answer is, oh wait, so what are you supposed to choose, has or have? Cycling, one activity, so has never been. That is the answer. Has never been so difficult. It's 1903. The Wright brothers Design the first plane with an engine. It's not a question, it is an affirmative sentence. So the answer is okay, so this one is the subject. Okay, so this is the subject. Design is the past participle. Okay, because the subject is plural, you need to choose have. Okay, so it become have designed. Okay, so that is the correct one. Okay, and then let's look at number 9. Okay, it's 1908. Henry Ford opened the first car factory. Okay, this is not a question. Henry Ford is the subject. Open is the past participle, the verb that you need to change to past participle. Now, because Henry Ford is singular, you have to use has opened. Okay, and then number 10. Okay, for the first time, passengers. Okay, so this is not a question. So traveled is the past participle you need to change. Passenger is the subject. Now, passengers is plural. So the answer is have traveled. Have traveled by Concorde, a new kind of plane. It's faster than the speed of sound. It's 1995. The UK and France, okay, UK and France, these are the subjects. Two countries, okay, and finish is the verb, okay. So, what are we supposed to use? The answer is have finished. Building the Channel Tunnel, there is now a railway line between the two countries which goes under the sea. Finally, in case you're wondering, George Stephenson invented the train. Okay, so that is the answer for our activity, a journey through the history of transport. Okay, so do you have any question?
No.
No question. Okay, so if there is no question, remember after this week, there will be a new module. Okay, get ready to go to school and get your new module. Okay, if we don't, if we don't go to school face to face. Okay, if we continue with the PDPR. Okay, so please be aware of that. Okay, so if there is no question, that is all for today's lesson. I will see you after the holiday break. Okay. So, bye bye. Enjoy your holiday.
Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you, madam.
Okay,
Thank
Thank
you,
you
you,
thank
welcome.
you.
madam.
Bye bye.
Bye, madam.
Bye bye.
Madam,
Yes?
kalau tersambung kalau tersambung PDPR on 25 Julai kita turunkan.
Rasanya PDPR sampai ke hujung tahun lah. Cikgu rasa.
Oh, I see.
Ya, tu pun rasanya lah sampai ke hujung tahun sebab kita baru masuk fasa kedua. Fasa
Ya.
kedua ini sudah bulan 7, minggu depan dah habis bulan 7, bulan 8. Cikgu rasa memang sampai ke hujung tahun, tapi harap-haraplah kita dapat turun ke sekolah tahun ni.
Ya.
Hmm.
Okay, bye madam. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye. Okay, bye-bye, Peter.